Hey VC, Jeff, back again. Sorry, really wiped out today. Um, yeah, got a bit of a stack. There's gonna be a lot of revisits on this one. Hope everyone's having a great summer. Um, so yeah, let's just jump right in it. So got a little of this, a little of that. So yeah, just doing a lot of work from home of late. So giving this opportunity to listen to music. So we got Eno's, I guess his second solo one. So taking Tiger Mountain by was it by Strategy. So I'm missing the Obi strip, but this is actually a Japanese white label promo. Kind of interesting. Yeah, that's gonna focus, but yeah, this is promo in Japanese on there. To keep that up in a shop in Japan. They had a lot of insane stuff. I feel I should have bought more from actually. Yeah, like just gotten an ink collection. Let's try to get them to price some stuff. That was one of the ones I got. I think I showed this in my last video, but yeah, also Japanese white level promo. Masiko Togashi, Steve Lacy. So Togashi was kind of a free jazz drummer in Japan. He was a paraplegic too, which is kind of interesting. Um, yeah, so yeah, interesting story. It's not very Japanesey style. So don't expect like I don't know, very Eastern sounding drumming. Really huge drum kit too. Of course, Steve Lacy is pretty far out there, so this is a very sparse, very interesting album. This one I don't think is on Discogs. I have to add it. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, so both the Tiger Mountain, that's definitely a 5 star. It shows up all the time in the VC. The other one, yeah, I'd say 4.5. It's definitely not one of those not for everyone albums, as is this one, but probably a little easier, a little more accessible. Chrome, Half Machine Lit Moves. Um, yeah, one of their better albums for sure. Is it their best? I don't know. It's a toss up between this one and was it uh, Alien Sex Fiend or whatever they called it, something like that. Alien something. Um, but yeah, excellent. Proto noise and rock punk whatever. I don't know. Pretty iconic album. Perfect. No, but yeah, 4.5 ish. You should have at least one Chrome album in your collection if you like that stuff. Another classic. Got this from Steve, so thank you, Steve. Spoon, Give Me Fiction. Uh, Probably their best album. I don't know, but yeah, this a little easier on the years, indie rock, whatever. Was it 2000s? I want to say mid 2000s ish. I don't doesn't have the date on there, but I want to say 2005 ish. I think this was the more recent repress. So thank you, Steve. Um, it's somewhere between 4.5 and a 5. I don't know. Yeah, it's a great album. Nice little gatefold album there. Yep, another classic. Yeah, I used to have this on CD as like a pink cover, which is kind of cool too. But yeah, this is the original cover repress. Um, Richard Hell and the Voidoids, Blank Generation. This is one of those albums like way overplayed in my youth. Um, but pretty essential. That's a 5 star all day long. Blank Generation, of course. Another World. Love Comes in Spurts. New Pleasures. Kind of Down with the Rock and Roll Club. Yeah, there's a lot of iconic songs on there. Um, yeah, that's an essential one. 5 star all day long. I think he did that right after he left television. Um, Toshiko Akiyoshi, Japanese pianist, and her husband Lou Tekabakin. I believe he was a sax player. Now I'm wondering. There's a lot of people in there, obviously, since it's a big band. I don't know, actually. No, reeds. He plays reeds. Okay. Okay, whatever. Okay, on this, maybe play oboe or something. Um, so, yep, big band. So she's probably, I don't know. I think she's more famous for earlier works in the States. Like she was an early transport to the States, like in the 50s, during the whole big band, yeah, not big band, bebop. So I do have a couple of her early albums, and then then I think in the around the 70s she got really interested in doing big band revivals. So nobody else was doing that. But yeah, this is an excellent album. It's pretty easy to get a hold of in the States or in Japan. And Japan is like all over the place. I think it's the Japanese pressing. I probably paid like just a couple bucks for it. But I think even I've seen this in the States too. So it's not that hard to get a hold of. Highly recommend it. Yeah, 4.5 there. Um, yeah, little. It's not like traditional big band. It's got a little bit of Eastern influence there, obviously, but not that much. Yeah, again, I showed this one in my last video, so I have in the King Kong sleeve, which is not really King Kong. Got the test press on Alternative Tentacles here of Zenigeva's studio album, Desire for Agony. It, I don't know. I usually throw them in with the noise rock on my shelf, but they do have, I don't know. KK Knowles involved in this. He is definitely a noise artist. Everyone else in the band is more or less a prog person. So it's kind of interesting. So proggy noise rock, kind of think Tool or something. I don't know. Not a Tool fan though. But yeah, very good album. I think these go for some money now, but I know with 2 copies, but I'm not getting out. I want both, so sorry. I'm not selling. So Zenigeva, Japanese noise slash prog band. Yeah, some people were arguing that was noise. I don't really, I don't know, man. I've seen them a few times. They're awesome, but KK definitely is noise. Zenigeva, I don't know. 4.5 on that one. This one was from, I forget his channel's name, but yeah, Isaac sent this to me as VCLT at one point. But this is Junko Suzuki's solo slash 7, I guess is the title. So it must be his 7th album. So modern Japanese psych, but kind of very on the noisy end of things. Like Les Rosella's The New Days noisy kind of stuff. It's a pretty good, but not as good as The New Days for sure. Pretty solid 4. So not essential, but it's an interesting listen. Might be worth streaming. So Suzuki Junzo, or Junzo Suzuki in Japanese. Or actually, no, it is Suzuki Junzo. Okay, sorry. Junzo would be his first name. Anyway, yeah, it's worth a listen now. It's a fun album. Yeah, and, I have some other stuff I'm asked about. There's a couple on the same label, so yeah, I guess it's not too hard to come by. It should be a US pressing. This is a classic. Jim Carroll Band, Catholic Boy, one of those essential albums. I'll give it a pretty solid 4.5, bordering on 5 stars. This one's the one that has people who died on it, which I think shows up on a lot of comps. This is a gold promo, a gold stamp promo. Yeah, got like I don't know who's channeling the police on on the cover there, but yeah, it's kind of power pop, a way of punk, I'd say. Pretty excellent album. I don't think they go for a ton of money. You can probably get one for 10-15 bucks. I found this at a record shop like a few years back. Like, I don't know, 7-8 bucks, something like that. It's a really pristine copy. So I'm pretty sure you can get one still sub 15, even with everyone paying crazy prices. This was a thrift find recently. So Ira and Charles Leuven, they're the ones famous for the Satan whatever album. But I don't know. I think they're more famous for the cover than the actual music. Anyway, so again, yeah, old school country. It's a pretty solid comp. I don't know. I might purge my other ones and keep this one, but yeah, like 4.5-ish, I'd say, but maybe 4.25. I don't know. But yeah, it's a pretty solid comp if you see it. I wouldn't pay a lot of money for it unless you're like a huge country fan. And then yeah, in the same vein, so that Cowpunk stuff, Mikan's Edge of the World. I think this was their second album. So yeah, Cowboy Punk, Cowpunk, whatever. So excellent album. This is that repress from a couple years ago. I think you can still get these. That's a 5 all day long. And this one was from Sean. It's Shishi X. I think it's pronounced Shishi or Shui, I guess. Shui. I don't know. Xiu. Plays the music of Twin Peaks, a double album. So kind of reimagining of David Lynch's soundtrack. A little more of a lo-fi thing going on here, experimental. I don't know. It's good. I do really like this album. If you were going to choose between this and the original soundtrack, I don't know. I might get a little more of an edge to the David Lynch's original versions, but especially on the last side, there's some really cool. I don't know if that was the main theme or whatever, but it's some really cool kind of reimaginings of that there. So pretty good album. Yeah, so Steve, you might want to check this out because I know you're a big Twin Peaks guy. Yeah, it's pretty listenable. It's not overly harsh in any way. And then yeah, pretty good one. Of course, yeah, everyone knows this one. Just Alpha's Greatest Hits. I think this was the third find a while back. I know I've shown this before, but excellent album. Yeah, 5 all day long for a comp. And then yeah, some CDs. All or most of these, I think. No, maybe I haven't shown a lot of these. This one I know I have. So, Animism. I don't know if that's going to focus. Animism by Tanya Tagaq. Tagaq. I'm getting that's focusing. Anyway, yeah. Next, I'm going to upgrade my camera at some point. Anyway, Canadian native artist does this like native throats. What do you call it? Throat singing, I guess. But it's more of a crossed with what's her name, like Taylor Swift or something. I don't know. Lana Del Rey. It's kind of like that. Yeah, even more Lana Del Rey, but it's kind of like that with throat singing. It's kind of hard to describe. So it's very listenable, even though it's throat singing. But it's pop by way of with some throat singing. Somebody definitely turned me on to that on my channel in the comments. So I liked her new single a lot. So maybe if that's on an album or if that's I don't know if it's just a single. I'm definitely gonna pick that up at some point. Anyway, highly recommend that one for 4.5. This one's pretty interesting. This was a thrift find, Bossa and Madonna. Good luck finding this in the States. I just lucked into it. So yeah, I don't know. I think I paid $1 for it. So it's basically bossa nova covers and Madonna of various artists. It's a Brazilian CD. It's pretty damn good if you see it. So pretty. Is it good as the originals? I don't know. It's definitely a fresh take on them. Probably about 10 years old. So highly recommend that if you see it. Madonna fan. Pretty solid 4. It's a comp. Another comp. I like the comps on CD. Cowboy Junkies, Selected Studio Recordings, 86 through 93. Probably the only Cowboy Junkies I really need, but yeah, it's a really solid comp. Not the biggest Cowboy Junkies fan, but I do enjoy them, so yeah, for me it's more like a background music as I'm working. I think it's not distracting. Pretty solid 4 all day long. Might go a little higher on that. I don't know. It's depends what you like. Yeah, this is a really solid 5 for me anyway. Need to pick up their newer LP, but I don't know. Streaming it's definitely not as good as this one. This is SPF Peace Sign. Probably pick this up on tape. It's only a tape version. Probably get it $5, $6. I don't know. So I bought a bunch of tapes at once, and yeah, it was pretty damn cheap. But yeah, of course you're gonna have to pay shipping on it. So it would be like industrial, noise rock industrial, uh, experimental, avant-garde, whatever. I don't know. I absolutely love this. But yeah, it's got drums, electronics, vocals, guitar, electronics, trumpet, vocals, synths, and samplers. But yeah, everything's kind of a little more lo-fi. I saw this follow-up LP on the vinyl community like once or twice. It's not like that one's not as rare, but I'd say this one's a lot better of an album. So yeah, SPF, peace sign. So I still think I ordered the LP. Well, I found it cheap, but I don't know. The buyer canceled on me, and then yeah, I'm kind of debating if I want to pay up for it because like, it's not as good as this one for sure. Anyway, everyone take care, and yeah, I'll be seeing you probably next week with another pretty big stack. I've been picking up some new stuff, or new to me stuff anyway. Maybe some newer artists too. So yeah, just see you then with that newer stuff. Later.